righty then. What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in. It's Friday. And we have a lot to talk about. They are in full panic mode. They're in full panic mode right now. And, you know, when you have people that panic, that go in panic, like the Demoncrats are right now, we might be a little concerned. And the reason why I say that, because there's no telling what they will do. There's no telling how they will react. There's no telling. So I'm just saying we should be a little concerned about the whole panic mode that the Democrats are in right now. Complete, total panic mode right now. They are in panic mode. And can we say it? Trump was right about everything. Let me say it again. Trump was right about everything. Yes, he was. Trump was right about everything, and the Democrats are upset because he was right about everything. They lied, and they're still lying right now. Let me go down the whole laundry list on everything that everyone is completely aware of right now. I'm going to go down the laundry list if I can. Okay? Are y'all with me? The Democrats right now, they're saying that what President Trump is doing, or what he has done, indicting James Comey, has never happened before. This has never happened before. He's going after his political opponents or political rivals or the opposition. He's going after them. And they're saying that President Trump is violating all of these laws, and he's using the DOJ for his own means. That's what they're saying right now. My, have they forgotten? They've completely forgotten about how they indicted President Trump, not once, not twice, not even 3 times, but 4 times they indicted President Trump. And for what? They indicted President Trump because they tried to stop him. They wanted to stop Trump from winning the 2024 election. That's the reason why they indicted President Trump 4 times. And not only that, not only those 4 indictments, but they raided President Trump's home not once, but twice. And they raided his home to send a signal to him saying that we can get you anywhere, that we can get you. And they were sending a signal to President Trump when they raided his home twice, telling him that you need to back down, you need to stop, you don't need to run again in 2024. It was an intimidation tactic. And who did it? Biden's DOJ. Have we forgotten about all of that? See, the Democrats completely forgot, like, oh my goodness, this has never happened before. Not only that, they tried to break President Trump financially, spiritually. They tried to break him. Remember what happened in Georgia? We have a mugshot of a president that we've never seen ever in the history of this nation. There's been no other president with a mugshot. Not a one. President Trump is the first one and the only one throughout the entire history of this nation to have a mugshot. And they did it because they weaponized the DOJ, the justice system in America. They weaponized it against not only President Trump, but they weaponized it against the American people. Straight up did that. But they all act like, oh, no, we don't remember that. They're not even bringing it up. They don't even want to talk about it. They want to act like this is a new day. It's a dawn of a new day. President Trump did this. And see, they're also upset because President Trump went on True Social and he named off some of these criminals that Pam Bondi should be arresting. And when President Trump put it on True Social, he said, Pam, I'm getting people coming to me, asking me, how come no one's been arrested? How come you're not doing your job? You need to do something. I mean, really, you need to do something. Jeff Sessions, remember him? He was Attorney General. That was strike 1. Then Attorney General Barr, remember him? That was strike 2. If Pam Bondi, she looked like she was about to be strike 3. But now There's an indictment. James Comey has been indicted. James Comey has been indicted, and the Demoncrats are in full panic mode. And you know what? They're not necessarily, my personal opinion, they're not necessarily upset that it's James Comey. You know what they're really upset about? And I'm telling you, it's probably going to come out a little bit later on because, look, I'm just seeing the writing on the wall. I'm just seeing the writing on the wall. They're upset, again, not because it's James Comey. They're upset because they've started. You understand? They've started. So who's going to follow next? Who's going to be the next one that they indict? And I've made it clear. I'm not even hiding it. I'm not sugarcoating it. Obama needs to be on the list. Obama is the top one. When they indict Obama, because look, it's all fair game. They indicted President Trump. You can't say it's not fair game. They indicted President Trump over fraudulent crap. They indicted President Trump. But Obama, oh my goodness, that dude, you mean to tell me, and I've been saying this for years, you mean to tell me that Obama did not know that they were spying on President Trump during the 2016 election? How do you be the sitting president of the United States of America and you are not aware of the DOJ, the FBI spying on the top candidate for a political party? You mean to tell me that he didn't know? He didn't know? Are you kidding me? Of course he knew. And then the Clintons, they went to the FISA courts. Well, they didn't go to FISA courts, but they're the ones behind the whole funding of the fake dossier. And they went to the FISA courts. And what I found out of looking at this, because I kept asking who was the judge that signed off of it and signed off on the dossier in the FISA court. Because they took that information to the FISA court. Who was the judge? Because come to find out, when the judge signed off on it, whoever he or she may be, they knew that it was fraudulent. But yet, nonetheless, they still signed off on it. They still signed off on it. And me asking this question, who's that judge? Who's the judge? Well, apparently, if you're on a FISA court, if you're a judge on a FISA court, they don't have to tell you who the judge was. That judge is free and clear, safe, apparently. Talking about abusing the system? Are you kidding me? Talking about abusing the system? The Demoncrats right now, they're complaining because they've crossed all of their T's and dotted all their I's and they got James Comey. And again, it's not even really about James Comey. They're just trying to get ahead of the game right now. And they're trying to fight this before they go on to the next one and the next one. See, once you get this snowball going, you know, when you're a kid and you have a snowball and you take it to the side of a mountain and you got it pretty big already, and then you push it down the side of the mountain, what happens to that snowball? It gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's what's happening right now. And James Comey is not a small snowball. He was the former FBI director, a corrupt one at that. And to my understanding, the reason why they indicted James Comey is because he went before Congress and straight up lied. Oh, James Comey's not a liar. And you know what's something else that really made me think about? Did you know, unless it's changed, to my understanding, James Comey was a registered Republican. Oh, say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Yes. To my understanding, he was a registered Republican. James Comey was a registered Republican, straight up rhino. No different than Mitt Romney. No different than Dan Crenshaw. No different than Liz Cheney or Adam Kissinger. No different. There's a whole bunch of rhino Republicans, Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham. There's no difference. They're all in that same boat. See, as long as they have rhino Republicans like James Comey, they would be happy with them talking about the Demoncrats because they would go against the American people. They're all part of the establishment. But now this has been a total blow to the establishment. Thank you, President Trump. Thank you. Now, I started having mixed feelings about Pam Bondi, and I'm still not really, confident right now in Pam Bondi. And I think she only did that because President Trump put it out on Truth Social, basically calling her out publicly. Because, President Trump could have got on the phone. He could have got on the phone. He probably did. He probably, you know what? I'm going to go on a limb here and say that President Trump has talked to Pam Bondi a number of times about this. Like, It's been 8 months now. Okay. We'll just say because, she had to be, sworn in, whatever. She had to be confirmed. So we'll just go ahead and say 6 or 7 months, right? It's been at least 7 months. 7 months and no one's been arrested. No indictments. After they did all of this stuff to President Trump, all of this corruption, we all saw it. We were here. I was here. I saw it all unfold. Ever since James Comey said that there was no credible prosecutor that would look at the evidence that Hillary Clinton did by destroying evidence and wiping the server, like with the cloth. I was here. I saw it all unfold. We all saw it. And not even just that. Comey is corrupt. All of these Demoncrats are corrupt. And then also at the same time, James Comey, he leaked information. You remember? I thought it was really odd and nothing ever happened to him. He leaked information. And then, of course, the liberal media ran with it because he leaked it to a colleague of his, a friend. I think it was like a professor, right? He leaked it to somebody and then they took that information and all of a sudden the liberal media had this information, they could leak it. And then James Comey even admitted, I remember there was a video where he even admitted to leaking the information. Well, I was just sharing information with a friend. Anybody else would see the inside of a prison. But James Comey being a rhinocrat, that's why I call them rhinocrats, because they're pretty much Demoncrats, but they're rhinocrats, because they can break the law, they can do wicked things, and nothing would happen to them. It's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Demoncrats can break the law because they're above the law. Demoncrats are above the law, but no one else is above the law. No one's above the law except for Demoncrats. And they've demonstrated that. Well, let me show you some of this panic. And I don't think I've seen the Democrats panic this much because, of course, the only reason why they're panicking, and let me be clear about this, the only reason why they're panicking is because of who they're possibly going to go after next. That's the only reason why they're panicking. Other than that, they could care less. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't think they could care. They could care less on who it is. But now that James Comey has been hemmed up, let's go. Let's go. Now, be clear about one thing, too. Okay, it's an indictment, right? Yeah, he hasn't been officially charged. Other than, well, I guess an indictment is an official charge, right? It is. But he hasn't been put in orange as of yet. Now, when they get a mugshot of James Comey, I want them to put him in orange and then take the mugshot. I don't want a mugshot of him with him in his tie. I don't want a mugshot with him in a t-shirt. There needs to be a mugshot of James Comey in orange. Is there anyone in agreement with me on that? Y'all leave me a comment. I got the chats up on the screen. Y'all leave me a comment. Do y'all agree that James Comey, his mugshot, along with Obama's, when they get the mugshot of these people, they should be in orange before they take the mugshot, just in case they want to take it later on and, put it all over the internet. They should be in orange. But listen to this meltdown. Listen to this panic. Like, oh my goodness, this is never heard of in America. What have we become? What have we become? They're actually using the DOJ to go after political opponents. I mean, look at the devastation. I mean, just what is he doing? They completely forgot about the 4 years before President Trump went back into office.
Charges in American history.
I think we all need to mark this day, September 25th. It's a major milestone on America.
Yep, mark the day, everybody. Mark the day. It was yesterday, September 25th, 2025. Mark the day. It's a milestone here. Mark the day.
America's transition from a fully free to a less free country.
Oh, from a fully free, when they were indicting President Trump and trying to, look, and I didn't even go down the whole laundry list of everything that they were doing to President Trump. There was 3 times have been reported, allegedly, that they tried to even take his life. Did we forget about that?
And I think that what you just remarked about George Soros is so important because, look, I think the tendency of some of the excellent reporting that we've heard over the past 20 minutes has been to offer viewers a little bit of comfort. Maybe the case will be dismissed as a selective prosecution. Maybe the jury will refuse to convict. But the president has here an agenda that is bigger than mere retribution, is reprehensible and un-American and contemptible and vile and undemocratic, and I'll fill in the words as that is.
I mean, come on. You know, we were here the 4 years Joe Biden was in the White House. You do realize this, right? I mean, the people that watch this crap religiously, do they not remember? Do they not remember what President Trump is doing right now is actually following the law? What President Trump is currently doing. And they're all like, well, why didn't President Trump go after James Comey the first time? Because of Bill Barr, you idiot, and Jeff Sessions. They refused to do their jobs. They refused to do their jobs. He had to fire Jeff Sessions. He ended up, why is Attorney General Barr with President Trump right now today? If he did a phenomenal job, why not? Because they failed to do their jobs. And Pam Bondi got called out publicly. And she was like, oh, wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute. President Trump put me on Front Street. I got to do my job. Indictment, bam. Low-hanging fruit, James Comey. But we want some of this big fruit.
After the shooting of Charlie Kirk, that heinous crime, the president went on national television and he said what he wants to do next, and that is attack the fundraising of the Democratic Party by using the prosecution mechanism. This is not just a backward-looking prosecution against the president's past enemies. This is a declaration that the president and one of his most important aides, Stephen Miller, has made this point also explicitly, intends to act in the future to use the prosecution mechanism to pervert the 2026 elections, break up Democratic Party fundraising. That's why you go after Reid Hoffman. That's why you go after the Soros family. They're important Democratic donors.
Also, now they're admitting the Soros family, important Demoncrat donors. You know, they're upset because USAID apparently, allegedly, was funding the DNC. All of that got shut down. See, the DNC right now, the Democrat Party, they're in shambles. And this is just adding on to it. They're in shambles. You know what, ever since, I've said this before, ever since I've started doing videos, I picked up my first selfie stick, I've been talking about the Democrat Party, and the Democrat Party has been no benefit to the American people. None. The Democrat Party, my personal opinion, being a black man in America, the Democrat Party is the enemy of this country. The enemy from within. Maybe that's what I should have titled this. The enemy from within. The Democrat Party. They're not, again, let me ask y'all a question. What benefit has the Democrat Party been for us? I mean, what have they done? What can we go back and look and say, oh my goodness, they did X, Y, Z for us and it made so much better for America? Nothing.
Stop them, intimidate, and maybe even if you don't stop them, intimidate them, frighten them, warn them that there could be a prosecution in your future if you give money to my opponents.
Oh, you see this?
So President Trump is playing for all the marbles here, and the various forms of consolation that we have, maybe that Pam Bondi feels a little...
I mean, playing for all the marbles, and all these liberal lunatics, they only have 2 marbles in their brains. And those 2 marbles are rallying around. Ding, 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 ding. And ding, 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 ding. I mean, y'all ever take 2 marbles and put them in a bag and you clank them around? There's only 2 in the brain cavity of a liberal.
A little bad about her actions here. Pam Bondi should have walked out the building. And
see, that's what they wanted. Like I just told you, they have no issues with Jeff Sessions. They don't even have issues with Attorney General Barr, right? Attorney General Sessions, Attorney General Barr, they had no issues with him, but they do with Pam Bondi, because Pam Bondi, she actually indicted one of these rhinocrats, a Demoncrat. She actually did it. And now they're upset with her. And I've constantly said this, until the Demoncrats get upset with Pam Bondi, she's not doing her job. I don't care how many times she goes on Fox News. If they're not complaining about Pam Bondi, she's not doing her job. And now they're complaining. Come on, Pam Bondi. Don't, make us happy. Make us proud. Be the best attorney general ever. She has the potential of going down in history of the best attorney general this country's ever seen. You know this, right? I wonder if she's realized that. She has the potential. Get Obama. And I'll be happy to give you that reward. Get Obama, indict Obama. Let's go.
She's already disgraced herself by the fact that she's on the job tonight is a disgrace and an indication of who she is and what she is. But more is coming if the president can have his way, and the 2026 elections are in grave danger.
You hear this? You see, more is coming, everybody. You know what? They're having a full panic mode. They're melting down right now. They're complaining. More is coming. See, I told y'all, what did I say when I first started? They can care less about James Comey. They really do. They can care less about him. They love the fact that, because remember, they were so angry with James Comey after Hillary Clinton, because he came out and said that she did all this corruption. How dare you tell the truth? And then right after that, because I guess, James Comey, he didn't want to see the inside of a body bag. I don't know. I'm just guessing here. I'm guessing. Okay, I'm guessing here. He didn't want to see the inside of one. So then he came out and said no reasonable prosecutor would look at this case. Why do you think he would say that? She destroyed evidence. She deleted the server with even 30,000 plus emails, all deleted, all gone, right with the cloth. Remember the beat blitz? Did all of that, destroyed BlackBerries, but no reasonable prosecutor would look into it. And this was after the fact. I think I would probably say the same thing too. I don't want to see the inside of a body bag. I mean, just think about it. James Comey, they got him in line really quick, but he already done the damage. They blame him for Hillary Clinton losing in 2016. They blame him for that. So they could care less about James Comey. They could care less. They're concerned, like he just said, more is coming. More is coming. And now they're trying to put this fear mongering out there saying, well, the 2026 elections, they're getting ready to come up and it's going to be devastating.
Is a disgrace and an indication of who she is and what she is. But more is coming if the president can have his way, and the 2026 elections are in grave danger. And this is one of the mechanisms, along with deploying police on the streets of cities, to make sure that the elections are not free and not fair so that Trump has a chance.
Oh, my goodness. So now we know why President Trump is putting the National Guards on the streets of America. Now we know why. Because he's getting the National Guard in place. This is what they're saying. Not me. You just heard him. This is what they're saying. That President Trump is putting the National Guard on the streets of America, getting ready for the 2026. So he can take control. He's not putting them out there because these cities have crime going on. No, that's not the reason. No, not because of crime. Not because people getting shot over the weekend in Chirac. No, that has nothing to do with it. Not because people in D.C. going out to dinner and they come back and their vehicle is gone. Nope, that has nothing to do with it. It has everything to do with the 2026. They're making it up. They're fear-mongering, trying to get people to get in full panic mode like they are. I voted for this. I should put my I voted for this t-shirt on. Because I did. I voted for what President Trump is doing. I've been wanting this to happen ever since President Trump won the 2024, or correction. Ever since the American people won the 2024, the American people, okay, that includes President Trump. Since the American people won the 2024, I've been wanting this very thing to take place. I've been calling for this very thing to take place. I was like, what's going on? And you know what? We all got spoiled, and I'm admit it here, when Elon Musk was working with Doge, because it was just a time period, right? When he was working with Doge, Elon Musk, he didn't come out and say, hey, tomorrow I'm going to show you evidence of XYZ. I'm going to show you what took place. Tomorrow. He didn't do any of that. None of that happened with Doge. You know what happened with Doge? Oh, what do we have here? Look, American people. Look, American people. Look. See, that's what happened with Doge. They didn't say tomorrow, next week, we're going to show you some bombshell information. No, they came out and said, bam, here it is. And that's the reason why they started attacking the Tesla dealerships, because they're like, we got to shut him down. He's exposing us. He's exposing us Demoncrats, so we got to shut him down. And we wanted Pam Bondi to do the same thing. And I guess, President Trump, the reason why President Trump put it out there for Pam Bunny to get into gear to start doing her job is because there's full transparency here. See, President Trump has transparency. It's like, look, I'm not hiding it. I'm gonna blast you out there publicly on True Social. Everybody looks at his True Social, especially the liberals. Especially the liberals. There's more liberals on True Social because of President Trump than there are conservatives. Y'all know that? Did y'all know that? Every last one of them. What is he saying today? What is he saying today? What's he saying today? Can we use what President Trump said today against him? We got to get something. Because, of course, the Demoncrats, they're not doing anything to try to work for the betterment of America. No. Their whole agenda, get Trump, get Trump, get Trump. They spent the past 4 years trying to figure out how to get Trump. They used the DOJ. They used the FBI. They used the court systems. They weaponized everything that they could to get Trump. That's all that they did the past 4 years before he went in office. Because they said, we got to stop him. And they failed beautifully. They failed. And now today they're in full panic mode. Rightfully so. They're in full panic mode. And again, if they were in panic mode, then that means Pam Bondi wasn't doing her job. Here's another one I want y'all to listen. Because it's like, oh my goodness, this never happened before.
I agree, gentlemen, that Trump is trying to flex a muscle here.
Okay, and Trump is trying to flex muscle. Now, y'all listen to, and I don't know why it's like this. Can y'all leave me, someone knows the answer to this. Why is it always the white female liberal? I mean, that knows best, that knows better than everybody else, that understands everything and know how you feel and how you should feel about it. I don't know why that is the case. Y'all need to help me out. I don't know. I'm not claiming to know. I mean, they have the worst case of TDS that I've ever seen. I mean, the TDS is like, I mean, maybe they got tattoos that say TDS. I don't know. But y'all help me out. But listen to her. She's going to be on here and she's going to say that people like Will Johnson and you didn't vote for this. I guarantee every single MAGA Republican or even Republican or not even any of the above that voted for President Trump, we all voted for what President Trump is currently doing because we all got sick and tired of the corruption. We're all sick and tired of it. Now listen to her.
I agree, gentlemen, that Trump is trying to flex a muscle here. But the average American, my hometown, Galesburg, Illinois, the people who voted for Donald Trump want them to flex muscles for them.
No, we want to flex muscles for the country. Absolutely. Let's go. Flex it, Mr. President Trump.
Not for a political persecution. And right now,
I don't know this. I'm asking sincerely. Did you vote for Trump?
No, I did not.
Okay, raise your hand if you voted for Trump.
How many?
I did.
How many
I did.
friends?
You have no,
I did. I voted for this.
I talk to very regularly. No,
that's not. He literally ran on saying he was going to do this.
Manufacturing plants in
he
Iowa.
He literally ran on saying there was going to be accountability for the abuse of justice.
Yes, we want accountability for the abuse that they did. The abuse that they used, the DOJ, the 4 years before President Trump went back in. We want accountability. I voted for it. Everyone votes for it. Is there anyone watching that didn't vote for it?
Here we've got, he literally ran for 4 years saying
we have a montage.
Can you just give her a second, please? Thanks.
He literally ran for 4 years saying that political persecution was awful, that he was a victim. It didn't hurt him. He ended up as president of the United States, and now he overturned. He has no outstanding indictments, and now nobody wants him to go after more people.
That's absolutely not.
Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do. I've been saying it all day. Obama. And other people have been putting Clinton. I think they need to go after Eric Holder. I think they need to go after Christopher Wray. They need to get Mayorkas. The border's closed. The border's secure. Remember that? They need to go after all of them. The auto pen. Are you kidding me? The auto pen.
A very small percentage of the MAGA base will be happy with this.
You're also
Many
wrong.
people are.
You know what? She said a small percentage of the MAGA base will be happy with this. Again, I don't know why it's like this, but it's always the white female liberal trying to tell us what we're going to be happy with, what we're not going to be happy with, like she knows. Like she knows. Look, for those of y'all that's just listening in and you don't know, my name is Will Johnson. I am a Black American. My color don't have anything to do with anything, but just put it out there. A description of me. Okay? This description. And I'm voting for this. I voted for this 100%. We want accountability. So this female, this liberal female, she doesn't have a clue. Talking about a small majority of the MAGA Republican. And they keep putting out there, you know, a whole bunch of people leaving the MAGA party. And there's no evidence of it at all. They lie to themselves, trying to believe it and trying to get everybody else to believe the nonsense.
Standing indictments, and now nobody wants him to go after more people.
Yeah, we do.
Absolutely not what he said.
A very
and what
small percentage of the MAGA base will be happy with this.
You're also
Many
wrong.
people are very concerned about their economic security.
You can do two things
and
right at the same
not
time.
addressing that.
Donald Trump, and there was a montage played on CNN earlier today. He literally ran off saying there will be accountability for the abuse of power in the deep state, period. He said it by name, James Comey. He said he was a liar by name.
Yeah, well,
he said it in almost every campaign rally. No one should be surprised about today.
Hold on 1 second. Let me just actually play.
Oh, the meltdown. The meltdown. Oh. Hey, look, this is a good thing to be happy about. Look, put it this way. When demons are angry because they're not getting their way, we have every reason to celebrate because that means positive things are happening. That's exactly what that means. Positive things are happening when Demoncrats are upset. I voted for this. Is there anyone watching right now? Let me go look at the comments. Is anyone that watching right now, is there anyone that did not vote for this? I'm just kind of curious. You can just put in and say, I didn't vote for this. I didn't vote for this. I'm like really curious. I'm looking at the comments right now. Right? I can see the comments right now. Is there anyone that didn't vote for this? Because I straight up voted for this. I really did. And this is what I've been waiting for. I wanted this to actually happen 5 months ago, at least 5 months ago. I was kind of hoping that Pam Bondi would have taken the first 2 to 3 months, get all the information about all these people, the corruption that they did, the way they did President Trump. And I was kind of hoping within the first 3 months, right after the first 3 months, that we would have started seeing indictments. But nonetheless, it's here. It's finally here. They started with one. Now, I will be disappointed if they just stop with Comey. But the Demoncrats, they know that more is coming. They know more is coming. So is there anyone saying no? Right? I'm not saying it. Everyone is in complete agreement that the Demoncrats, and you know what? They brought this onto themselves. Everyone is in complete agreement. Demoncrats, because they did it themselves, they're trying to all act like, this has never happened before. This has never happened before. Like this has never happened before. That's what they're doing. Buzzy says Alex Jones is back on YouTube. I heard he went back on YouTube and then YouTube removed it again. Him and Nick Fuentes. So did they reverse that? Because he went back on and then they took it down. So did they reverse it? Did they reverse it? Let me know. Let me know. I think people, look, if they're going to allow Jimmy Kimmel be despicable as he is, right? If they're going to allow him, why not allow people that they disagree with? Because they're totalitarians. They're totalitarians. Yeah, and I'm looking in the comments, and I don't see anyone saying that they didn't vote for it. Actually, let me look on Facebook. The only one I don't have up here is Facebook. I don't have Peel.net up here either. And I know Peel.net, everyone on Peel.net is in like mind of me. You know, not that that's a bad thing. It's just people, you know, have common sense on Peel.net. Not that they don't have it everywhere else. I'm just saying. There's a lot of good people everywhere. But I'm just kind of curious. Let me go over here to Facebook really quick. Wow, look at this. We have almost 100 people on Facebook. What's going on? What's going on? Are they allowing you to see my video? Or is it because you all in agreement, right? I'm looking in there now. Everyone, there's no one on Facebook. And a lot of times there's trolls on Facebook. Maybe they're on X right now because we're on X American News. Maybe they're on X right now. Maybe there's some trolls over there. You should go look over there too. But no, I'm looking at it. No one's in disagreement. Everyone voted for this. Everybody voted for this. Everybody voted for this. Look at it. I'm looking at the comments. There's no one. Yeah, even on YouTube. Look at that. YouTube. We got over 70 people on YouTube. What's going on? What's going on? Everyone is excited about this news. This is wonderful news. Wonderful news. Now, I got another one for you. I got to show you with this whole panic mode. Is it bad that I'm rejoicing that they're in full panic mode? Is it bad? No. See, they believe that they are above the law. Demoncrats believe that they justify them breaking the law is what it is, right? They constantly say no one's above the law. No one's above the law. No one's above the law. But when they break the law, they justify it because they say, well, we got to stop Trump. That's what it's all about. We got to stop Trump. And if we can stop Trump, then we're happy. Got to stop Trump. They couldn't even concentrate on nothing else. And right now, they still can't concentrate on anything else. I'm going to put this out there right now. Please, please, please. President Trump's security detail needs to be increased tenfold. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there. Pam Bondi, as of right now, her security detail needs to be increased. Kash Patel, his security detail needs to be increased. Dan Bongino, President Trump's cabinet, the entire cabinet, their security detail need to be increased tenfold. Every last one of his cabinet members, they need more security. Why? Because it's only one side that's violent. Can you figure out what side it is? Can you figure it out? Well, listen to some more of this meltdown and you'll understand why I believe that they need to have their security detail increased. Because the radical left, they are the violent ones in this country. The radical left created the KKK. Was the KKK a peaceful group? Absolutely not. What about Trans-Tifa? Is that a peaceful group? Absolutely not. What about BLM? Are they peaceful? Absolutely not. Every single org that have come out of the Democrat Party have never been peaceful. There's nothing peaceful about them.
I'm not sure what is.
Let's bring in MSNBC legal correspondent Lisa Rubin into the conversation. Lisa, welcome. Just your assessment on this stunning development and what you think some of the legal ramifications could be over the next few weeks.
Well, look, Michael, we need to see what the charges are here and specifically what the charging instrument says. And although the Eastern District of Virginia's press release refers us all to a criminal case number, I was maddeningly refreshing before I came on set with you, and I still haven't seen it. It still doesn't appear to be up. But that having been said, my first big question has to do with this report that I'm pouring through, and I'm just going to hold it up for you and our viewers right now. This is a report written by the Office of the Inspector General at the Department of Justice in August of 2019, and it has to do with how Jim Comey handled certain sensitive and classified information when he was writing himself memos about conversations that he had with then President Trump during his first term and the people to whom he shared that information. And one of the things that this report says very clearly is that while the focus of this report is whether or not Mr. Comey broke certain allegiances that he owed to the Department of Justice and to the Federal Bureau, and whether or not he violated his employment agreement, they also referred their findings to the criminal division at the Department of Justice to make an up or down decision on whether Jim Comey should be prosecuted. I want to remind you again of the time frame of this report. August 2019 is not the Joe Biden presidency. It is Donald Trump squarely still in office. And in August 2019, the Department of Justice made a decision that they were not going to prosecute.
And who was the Attorney General during that time? See, this is the information that they don't ever bring up. Who was the Attorney General? It was Barr, right? It was Barr. I'll never forget it because 2019 is right before the summer of love. And the summer of love, when it came into full effect, and Attorney General Barr was there. And I'll never forget it. That's when Attorney General Barr, they pulled him before Congress because the Demoncrats were upset. They had control over Congress, or the House at least. They had control over the House during that time. They pulled Attorney General Barr to come talk to them before the House committee about why he used tear gas to get Antifa to stop trying to burn a federal building with employees inside. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? And he caved to them. That's when I realized that he was a total snake. But they're trying to make a point here. Like, it was President Trump, and they didn't go after him because of Barr. And wasn't Christopher Wray there then during that time too? Remember, wasn't he there? Because they keep bringing up the fact that Christopher Wray, he was appointed by President Trump. They're all snakes.
Jim Comey, for his handling of certain of this information, and certainly it discusses what it was that he said in certain of his congressional testimony as well. So again, we're going to need to see the full charges. But my biggest question is, why is it that a Department of Justice that fully was informed of all the relevant facts during the time that Donald Trump was first president didn't see fit to prosecute him then, and yet is reviving this, talk about a zombie case within days of the statute of limitations expiring on the false statements to Congress charge?
Ken, I just want to acknowledge that we all see you.
Wow. Y'all see that? Like, oh my goodness. Why didn't they go after Comey then? Why didn't they go after Hillary Clinton then? You know why? Because President Trump has made it clear multiple times. President Trump has said it multiple times. The reason why he didn't go after Hillary Rodham Clinton is because he didn't think it would be appropriate for the DOJ, the FBI, going after an ex-president's wife that's completely corrupt. He didn't think it was something that they should have done. But after everything that they did to President Trump the past 4 years, the gloves are off. And this has nothing to do with revenge. Has nothing to do with revenge. Nothing. This is about absolute justice. This is about following the law, the rule of law. And I've constantly said, if President Trump, if his administration, if they do not get these people, they're going to come back full-fledged. If the pendulum swings, it's going to be like we've never experienced tyranny in this country from the left. Like we've never experienced it. And see, when you listen to the left, they're trying to get us ready for it because they're saying, President Trump, look what President Trump is doing. He's snatching Americans off the streets of America and disappearing them. None of that is true. But they're putting that message out there. So the people that believe this nonsense, when they hear it, when the pendulum swings, God forbid it ever does, when they start just absolutely snatching Americans like you and I, MAGA Republicans, and disappearing us, they will justify it to the people that they want supporting them. And the people that don't use their brain cells are going to be like, yeah, well, Trump did it. Trump did it. Do y'all see what I'm saying? Do y'all see what I'm talking about here? And it has a lot to do with the spiritual element. A lot to do with the spiritual element. A lot. I realize that the left, there is pure evil what we're dealing with, everybody. I mean, straight up pure evil. And now they're out here lying, acting like they're really for James Comey when they're not. They're really not. They're just concerned that Obama's next. Obama. And I don't know about you. I look forward to Obama. You know what? Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Where's Obama at right now? Because the last time I looked, Obama decided to take a trip overseas. Right about this time. Is he still out? Is he still out the country? Y'all help me out. Is Obama still out the country? Let me type it in right now. Is Obama currently out of the country. Because, man, if he's currently out of the country, maybe, just maybe, I don't know. Hold on. Naturally, Google's not giving me anything on that. Let me see. Is Obama currently out of the United States on a trip? Let's just say it that way. Let me see. Oh, it says as of September 26th. Look. I'm gonna read this to you. As of September 26, 2025, former President Barack Hussein Obama is on a trip and has been out of the United States. Look. I'm not making any accusations here, but is the timing of this just a little too convenient? I mean, he couldn't have made this trip 6 months ago, but now he's just out of the country, right? And it says he was recently in Dublin, Ireland. Oh my goodness. And then it said he was in Dublin, Ireland, where he was granted the freedom of the city. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? So Obama just conveniently is out of the country right about this time. Did someone leak it to him that the indictments are getting ready to come down? I mean, come on. I mean, I guess, you know what? If I was Obama too, I think I would get ghosts. I mean, really. I think if I was Obama, I would get ghosts right about now too. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? Let's go. Maybe, am I just a little too happy this Friday? No, I'm not saying that something bad won't happen. You know, I think that the Demoncrats just might activate their sleeper cells that I believe that they have. You know, the past 4 years, they let millions upon millions of people into the country, and a lot of them were terrorists, and they don't even know where they are, right? And so I think that, you know, this might be a valid reason for them to activate them. I mean, I'm just saying, we're talking about the party of violence. Right? That's what we're talking about here. That's what we're talking about. All right, everybody. That's it for me. Thank you so much for being with me. Hey, if you would, please go to my website, uniteamericafirst.com. And let me see if I can put it up on the screen here. Go to my website, uniteamericafirst.com. And 1 hour from now, you can click on Culture Wars, where I'm going to have more information and I'm going to talk more about this. And I'm going to share some stuff with you about the violence of the left that I'm not going to show you here, because I don't trust what Google says they're going to do. They're going to allow people to have their freedom of speech. I really don't, because it's almost like a trap. But anyways, UniteAmericaFirst.com. You can see my show that I'm going to do just over an hour from now called Culture Wars. By all means, please tune in. Go check it out. Let me know in the chat too that you're from here to there, if you don't mind. Also, you like this shirt that I have on? It says Life Wins with the cross. Life wins. Look at that. Is that pretty clever? Life wins. Y'all like that? Right? It's pretty good, right? You can also get this at my website as well, just simply by going to uniteamericafirst.com and click on shop merch. Right there at the top, you'll see it. And at the same time, if you can, if you don't mind, please consider supporting me. I really greatly appreciate it. And I can see Filter Dog on peel.net sent me some blessings. Thank you so much, Filter Dog. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for the red pills. Thank you so much, Filter Dog. Now see that? Look at that. Those balloons, beautiful balloons showing up for that reason right there. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. So I hope that every time I see someone bless me that way, I plan on having the balloons up. And Filter Dog did another one. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is for you, Filter Dog. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. And actually, Filter Dog sent me some really awesome music. Wish I could play it on here, but they hit me with a copyright strike. But go to my website if you don't mind. I greatly appreciate it if you would. And let me see, bring it up here. And this, you can get one of my t-shirts here, or where's it at? Or if you could, You can support me on my website as well. Because a lot of people say, well, I have t-shirts. I have enough t-shirts, but I will consider helping you out. I would greatly appreciate it if you do. You can just see right at there at the top. You can see the different options there at the top, or you can just click on donate at the top, and you can support me by going here to take you to the donate page. You can do one time if you want. So you know what? I don't want a t-shirt, but I'll just help you out this one time. I greatly appreciate it, everybody. I need your help. Or people don't like the digital thing, and I completely get it. That's the reason why I have my physical address right here in the state of Texas. Right here in the state of Texas. My physical address, and people will send me blessings all the time. And that's where Ann, I don't know if you're on here, Ann. Let me look in Facebook. Are you on here, Ann? Ann has blessed me with this beautiful hat. And I see her a lot of times on Facebook. Let's see. I'm not seeing her on here right now. I see Nancy on there. Nancy will bless me too. But I'm not seeing Ann on here. Ann blessed me with this hat by sending it to my physical address. And yep, Trump was right again. Trump was right again. All right, everybody. That is it for me. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you in just 1 hour. Other than that, have a wonderful, blessed weekend, everybody. Stay safe out there. Stay away from the radical liberals. And I plan on going to the next No Kings event, but there is a king. There is a king, and his name is Jesus. God bless everyone. Have a safe weekend. See you on the flip side.